Hey, fifth grade. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I'm not sure what time you're watching this on Thursday, but I just want to let you guys know that I'm thinking about you so much. I miss you guys so much. I wish we could be in the art room right now working on our artwork, but since we can't be in the art room, we're just going to have to settle for doing it at home. The submissions that you've been sending me either through Google Classroom or via email, they've been so lovely. You guys work so hard on your optical illusion. I can see all your precise line work, that shading that makes the positive and negative spaces really jump out at you. It's fantastic. So this week we're going to continue working with our optical illusion. So we need to create 3 more. So by the end of these 2 weeks, you'll have 6 optical illusions. So in this video, I'm going to show you a couple more optical illusions that you can choose from. So let's get started. Are you ready? Because I know I am. Let's go. So let's get started on the video. So for this lesson, we're going to be working on our Zentangles again. So remember those 6 squares that we created? We're just going to keep working on that same piece of paper. You're going to need a Sharpie, both thin and a thick one, as well as a pencil. And because these 2 Zentangle optical illusion patterns are so precise, we're going to need a ruler or a straight edge. A ruler has measurements, and for this particular one, we need to measure the side so we get the half point on both ends right, and so that it looks seamless. I'm going to zoom in. We're going to start with this one first. So for this optical illusion, we're going to take our ruler and we're going to pick a corner. So I picked the top right corner to draw all my lines from. So I'm going to take my ruler and place the edge against that corner and start to draw lines from the corner to the edge of my box. And so I'll shift. So I'm always starting at the corner to draw my lines. Now that we have all of our lines drawn, and I can even include a smaller one going in there. So I have all my lines drawn, and now I'm ready to do the second part, which is these alternating lines that go down and then ones that go upward. So I'm going to start on my furthest section, and I'm going to draw them going upward. This part, as long as you're pretty good at drawing straight lines, you can get away with it just using a free hand instead of using a ruler. So there I have those lines going upward, and now I'm going to do the same thing on this side, but they're going to be opposite. When they connect, they're going to make a V. An easy way to do this is to start at the point that you ended on and pull it forward. And I can even include one right here. Okay, now I'm going to go on to my next section, and the same thing, instead of going up, I'm going to go down. But I'm starting from the point that I left off on. And just continue through the rest of the sections. Once you're finished with all your sections, it looks like the lines are kind of coming up. It gives them dimension. So now we're going to start to color our lines. The thing I would recommend first before we go in with the thick Sharpie is to outline everything in your thin Sharpie. Now I'm going to go in with my thick Sharpie, and I'm going to color alternating sections. So I'm going to just start in the middle and start with this one. So I'm going to outline. And then fill it in. You're going to skip a section. You're going to go black, white, black, white, black, white, and then black. So you can even mark up all your sections so you know which ones to do, like I did. Or you can go section by section. So I'm going to color these in. Now I'm going to move on to the next section, and it's like a checkerboard. So if there's a white piece, that means a black section goes next to it. So this one should say white, this one's going to be black, this one's going to be white, and the next one's going to be black. You would continue doing this pattern for the remainder of the 5 sections. Okay, so I'm just going to color it in and then you'll see the finished product. There you have it. We completed that optical illusion, so now let's get started on this one. So again, I said we're going to need a ruler and a pencil. The first thing we need to do is measure our Post-it, so our square, which we traced, which is 3 inches. So half of 3 inches is 1.5. So we need to make a little tick mark so we know where our lines are supposed to connect. So we have 1 inch right here, and then the half mark is right there. I'm going to do this on all 4 sides. Now I have all 4 ticks. I'm going to use my ruler to connect the line. Now I have it divided up evenly into these 4 sections, but I need to do the same thing. So now I need to find the halfway point between this piece, which is going to be 3/4 of an inch. This is our inch mark. So these are all quarters, so 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, that's where I'm going to draw my tick. And I want to continue doing 3/4 of an inch on each box. So I'm not going to just have 1 here. I'm going to have 2 down here, 2 over here, so I should have a total of 6. I'm going to draw with my ruler a straight line connecting my 2 ticks. So I should have 6 more lines. So there we go. Now we have our square who's been divvied up into 4 columns and 4 rows. Now it's our job to cut these in half diagonally. So we need to draw a diagonal line that goes across each section. So start at the top where we have 1 square. We're going to do corner to corner of that square, and we're going to draw a straight line. So now it's going to get a little tricky when we start to go through it. Corner, the X in the middle right here, and then to the corner at the edge. There we go. And we're going to do the next section. So now corner, X, X, corner. Now we have those nice diagonal lines, and what we're going to do is draw our shapes in the middle. What I do is I start with my box I think about if it was sliced in half, it would be 2 triangles. Here's a triangle, and then bring it down. And there I have a box. And my circle, I go half circle, half circle. And so I'm going to alternate square, circle, square, circle. My next row, I'm going to do the opposite. Again, not a square, I'm going to do a circle. When you're drawing these, try to keep them in the middle of your square. I know it's really challenging, but you guys are up for it. You guys can do it. Now I want to outline everything in thin Sharpie. The way I'm going to color is the top part of my object is going to get the color, the black, and then the other half is going to stay white. So I can go ahead and just color all the tops of my shapes. The next part is to color the bottom half. So where that white shape is, the outside needs to be also black. So all of these bottom halves are going to be black. There you have it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Stick around for part 2. See you soon. Happy creating!